Hey, today we are talking about how to get what you want out of life. Now, if there is something that you just really want to have in your life that just kind of seems out of reach, we're going to talk about how you can get that today. How is it we can do some amazing and sometimes unexplainable things, like heal our own bodies by the power of our thoughts? Mother's intuition, the law of attraction. Can we really tap into our subconscious mind? Can we really create our own realities? It begs the question, are we novice gods? All right, welcome back to this fun YouTube series that we're doing. It's a documentary series on really how we have hidden, untapped power within us. Now, a big part of that is the law of attraction, is tapping into the law of attraction. And I'm going to explain this to you in a way that hopefully will help it really solidify in your mind. Now, if you've heard about the law of attraction before, if you've watched the movie The Secret, or you know a little bit about manifesting, or maybe you don't know and you're curious about it, but you don't quite see how this all fits together, let me explain it to you in a way that I think will be really clear. Okay? Now, first of all, so much about what we have the possibilities to do within us have to do with our subconscious mind. Actually, I'm going to back up. I'm going to back way up. Let's talk about the universe. Let's talk about how we even fit in with the universe and how tapping into universal principles will help you get what you want. Okay, so David Foster Wallace gives this great commencement address, and in the beginning of it he tells the story of these two fish swimming along when this older fish comes up to them and says, "Hey boys, how's the water?" And he swims away and they both look at each other and they said, "Water? What the heck is water?" The fish are the last ones to realize what environment they're even in. Now, if I were to ask you, how's the universe? What would you say? First of all, you'd think I was kind of crazy. And that's understandable. But also, you might be thinking, what is he talking like? Cosmos? Is this like Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn and all this stuff? What's he talking about with the universe? Well, so often we don't realize all the things going on right now around us. Everything is energy. Everything is moving energetically. If you get, these microscopes and you get right down to it, even this little piece of wood here, it's moving. It's moving much slower than other things that have higher energy, but everything is energy, okay? So as you start to understand a little bit about the world and the universe and how everything connects, you may understand that there is all this energy going on. Now, what most people don't talk about is what organizes all those energies. Yes, God is at the helm of everything, but there's a level between him and all of the energies, and that is the intelligences. See, there are all these intelligences in the universe that actually help orchestrate everything. So, that's just a little bit about how the universe works, how it operates, and hopefully it kind of gives you an understanding of what the potential, what the possibilities are out there for you. Now you're going, okay, but how does that apply to me? How can I tap into the universe? How can I use this plan, the laws of the universe in order to get what I want? And for that, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to share with you my vision board. And I'm being a little bit vulnerable with this, but I hope that that's okay. I hope that in me showing you kind of my stuff, I hope it comes across very clear as to what the possibilities are for you. Now, in an earlier episode, I showed you how to actually create vision boards. And I'm going to show, so if you haven't looked at that, you might want to check that out. I have created two vision boards to help me work with this. I have one that is the stuff that's coming. This is the stuff I'm working on. And this is the stuff that's already arrived that I have actually consciously created. Now, I'm kind of excited to tell you that I just moved something over today. One thing from the coming to the arrived, and it was such an amazing thing. Got it for half price. I was really surprised at how it all worked out. But again, I felt the hand of the Lord. I felt that the universe had my back and helped me create this in my life, and it's absolutely wonderful. Okay, so we're talking about the universe, how the universe is this whole collection of all these intelligences that God uses to make things happen, and he taps into those. Well, we have the opportunity to do the same thing. And let me explain that in a way where I think you can really understand this. You know, maybe you have thoughts about how does visualization even work? Or how does the law of attraction really work? And can vision boards really do anything? Maybe you have doubts and concerns, and that's totally cool. I get that. But I will explain this in a way where hopefully it becomes super clear that it is possible. And that's really what you need to have in your head, because this is all about faith. The way things work is about what we believe to our core. And the more we believe it, the more energy we put behind it, the more emotion we put behind it, the more likely it is to work out for us. So I'm going to be just kind of vulnerable here and share with you some of the things on my vision board. Okay, so and I'll share a few things, and then I'll kind of explain how the universe works and how it is possible. Okay, so one of the things I have here is I'd love to go see Hamilton. Actually, I would love to take my wife to New York City to see Hamilton. She loves plays, and she'd love to do that. And maybe one of my things is that I would love to go backstage and meet some of the wonderful performers in that show. So maybe that's something, you know, anyway, that's something that I'm working on that I would like to consciously create in my life. Another thing, I'd like to be on Oprah. I'd like to be on one of her Super Soul conversations and share the things that I've discovered and reach an audience of people who are already interested in spiritual things and are already somewhat connected to that, and maybe would be interested in some ideas that I present. Let's see. I'd love to scuba dive to a shipwreck. Wouldn't that be fun? So these are a few of the things on my vision board that I want to attract, and in another episode I will explain the whole process of how you actually consciously create, how you use the law of attraction, how you manifest this in your life. Right now I'm just going to talk about the principle of how you can get in your mind, oh, I can see how that works. Okay, so let's say that I post this on YouTube and I have 1 million followers. Let's say I have 1 million followers who check out my show all the time, and somebody is watching and they say, you know what? My cousin is in the cast of Hamilton. Hey, Scott, you know, texts me or sends me an email. Hey, Scott, not only can I get you free tickets to that, I can get you those backstage passes that you'd like. So you and your wife come to New York, you can go and you can see the show, we can actually get you in. You know, you can see that that's kind of possible, right? Maybe somebody is watching, you know, that is part of my 1 million subscribers, and they work for Oprah. And they say, hey, wow, he wants to be on. I think he'd be a great fit. So they email me or text me and contact me. Maybe, what was the other one I talked about? The scuba diving to a shipwreck. Maybe somebody that is watching has an ocean diving business, you know, and maybe they take people out all the time and they love the show, and so they reach out to me and they say, Scott, we would be honored to have you come and join us on one of the expeditions, and we've got this great shipwreck that we'd love to take people down to. Would you join us? Now, can you see that that is absolutely possible? If I had this huge following, somebody would be connected with each of these entities and they could make my dream a reality. That is the same thing for you with whatever you have, with whatever goals, with whatever you would like to have in life. You can do this by tapping into the universe, by tapping into what is possible to you, to reaching all those intelligences. There are intelligences that have kind of responsibility over anything that you would want in life. And by reaching out to them and letting them know that you are interested in it, will open the doors to you actually getting what you want. Does that make sense to you? Now, as we talk about how to manifest what you want out of life, I got to tell you, this is all just kind of for fun, okay? We have the power within us to connect with our subconscious mind, through our faith, through our belief, through our emotions, we have the opportunity to connect with the intelligences and the energies in the universe to attract what we want out of life. But I have to give you a couple of cautions. One is, don't get super consumed about wanting this and this and this and this. This is all just kind of a game. Wanting stuff doesn't really matter. It's just kind of a fun thing, extra kind of thing to do with your life. What you want to do first is you want to get clarity on who you are. You want to understand who you are down to your core, and you want to live true to that. The other thing is that you want to get happy now. Ultimately, why we generally want things is because we think it will make us happy. And if you talk to any super rich or wealthy people, they will often tell you that they are not happy and that the things that they thought would bring them happiness didn't. So I want you to be able to reverse engineer that. I do have a course if you're interested on that, on how to get happy now. But if you start with happiness, if you are already happy, then the things that you're playing with and attracting into your life, they're just kind of bonus. They're extra. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. But I hope that gives you kind of some clarity as how the universe works, how we can tap into that. And just by understanding, by looking kind of at that analogy of if the universe were like the internet and the intelligences were like all the viewers watching, how we can attract and bring the things that we actually want in our lives. The same thing works on the universal plane, to where there are all these intelligences, out there, and they can attract and bring us what we want. And it's just simply a matter of us getting conscious about what we want, getting clarity, and then following that process to manifest the things you want in your life. So you might want to check out some of my other videos that talk about the process. I know, for example, the one where my daughter manifested a Lexus for her starter car is kind of a fun one to listen to, and I do go over the 5 steps there. So anyway, hopefully that helps you to know, to get some clarity as to how to get what you want out of life. Remember, happiness comes first. Get that first. All the other stuff is for fun. What are your thoughts? You've had time to think. Now it's time for you to share. In the comments section below, share your thoughts, ideas, and questions, especially any insights that inspired you to take action. Of course, the best place to take action is at scottwilhite.com, because if you join me for a free web class, I will reward you with a purpose planner so you can start each day with confidence, clarity, and conviction. What if you are a God in the making? That would mean there's purpose to your life, meaning to your challenges. You have a great work to do. May you have the courage, faith, and power to become who you were truly meant to be. See you next time.